Welcome, leaders. This is our Module 4 in our program, Mastering Your People Skills, delivered to you by an unorthodox school for leaders and presented by your guide, Kelia Holder. Now, this week we are talking about making and keeping friends. Now, this is the exciting part. This is the fun stuff. This is where you start to build those connections and learn how to maintain and keep them. Now, I know some of you are going like, no, this is not the fun part at all. And I totally get it. Being a natural introvert myself growing up, this was not my strong suit at all. In fact, I still remember this day seeing people coming up to me instead and introducing themselves and inviting themselves into my world. But there's so much benefits of having friends and creating those connections that benefits us on the long term. But there's also the negative side. But with the right connections, the right friends, you can have true long-lasting relationships. Now let's see, how many of you remember this show, Friends? I loved watching this. I don't know about you, but this was a joy to come and watch at the end of the evening because they had real genuine connections. They were all had their own personalities, all had their own different things going on, their ups, their downs, their highs, their lows. But together, at the end of the day, they came together and they had these strong friendships. So strong that two of them became a couple. I should say two sets of them became a couple because Rachel and Chandler and Monica became a couple. They lasted the longest, but Rachel and I'm forgetting Monica's brother's name. I'm staring at his face right now. But either way, you know who I'm talking about. If you watch the show, you will know. But yes, there's so much benefits to friendships, and we are going to talk about that. Now we are going to talk about why is having friends important. There, as I said, benefits to having friends. There also are negative impacts of having friends in your life, but it depends on the quality of friends that you have in your life, the quality of the person in your life. But friends and friendship have some unique benefits, such as it helps you to build new connections. So you're not only connecting necessarily one-on-one with the person that you first met, you may be connecting with their friends and the friends of their friends because you may find some similar values, morals, or ethics, or interests that you may have that builds that connection with that person. But it also helps keeps you mentally and physically strong. Yes, but that can also work on the twisted side as well, because if you have a friend who physically works out and is active, chances are it's going to increase your likelihood of working out and being active yourself. But if your friend is not very active and maybe on the flip side obese or close to being obese, the likelihood of you following in the same fitness lifestyle as them increases as well. It also helps with your mentality, your mental thought processes, how you are able to deal with negative thoughts, depression, and so forth. So they can help you balance or counter the negativity that you may be bombarded with. It also helps provide the encouragement and support that we need to get over those difficult times that we face in life, such as the loss of a family member, or loss of a friend, a loss of a job, a loss of a partner that you may have, whether that may be through death or through a relationship ending. And they provide the support sometimes that we need to get on our feet again and to get us going. When you do not have people in your life that you can build those connections, if you have that relationship with, it is hard for you to find the strength and the courage within your own self to overcome the things that life that life throws at you. So many studies have shown that the likelihood of someone dipping into depression or, and worse yet, committing suicide is also linked to them not having friends or not having that relationships, those relationships with other people, or letting people into their lives. So that is how impactful it can be. As dreary as that may sound, that is how powerful having friends in our lives can be. It can help you create a sense of purpose in life. When you have other minds, people of the same mindset as you, or even a better mindset of you, someone who's goal-oriented, success-oriented, that can propel you to be like them, to have that same mentality of striving for your goals for your life, striving to improve your life, striving to have a purpose and a meaning for your life. So there's so much benefits of having friends. And it's also very important key factor in everything that we do, in building relationships with our significant other, because you don't just get into a romantic relationship, you also build a friendship with them. It also helps you in your office, in your work, your place of work, wherever you work, because when you build connections with your workmates, it makes it more of a family feeling. We feel inside that community, or more connectiveness within your workplace. It makes it feel better to go there. It makes you feel, when you have people that you know that you like and you enjoy being around, you're going to enjoy your job better. It also helps with your business, whatever that business could be, because you're building relationships with clients. Think of your new client as a friend versus just someone who is paying you for product or service. When you have that mindset of that they're a friend, and all of a sudden that relationship takes on new meaning, special meaning, and that adds value, even more value to that person. Now they're gonna feel, come back to you and trust you more, even recommend you more to other people, because they feel that friendship with the relationship that they have with you. It's not just a salesperson and the client relationship. Is more than that. If you are in the network marketing industry, part of your business is building teams, and friendship is a huge component in that, because when you build those relationships, you're building up and you're uplifting people, and then can go out and do the same to others, and grow and increase your community more so than you staying in your own center, in your own world, and not building those connections. People don't join businesses. People join the people, the community. Okay? There we go. I took a quote from Dale Carnegie. It says, "You can make more friends in 2 months by becoming interested in other people than you can in 2 years by trying to get other people interested in you." And that is a key factor in making those relationships. Be more interested in them than being someone that you're like trying to make people feel that you're interesting. And for an introvert person, I'm sure this is probably more easier for you than an extroverted person who likes to talk and likes to maybe, for some personality types, like to be the center of attention. But so I guess an introverted person will be more comfortable putting all the spotlight on the other person. So for my extroverts, be wary of this statement and the importance of this. You want to make that person, you want to be more interested in that person, have them be the spotlight and show. That's how you're going to build those relationships. People are going to find you more attractive and more appealing and more friendly when they feel like you are paying attention to them, that you value them. So how do you make and keep friends? There are 3 keys to making and keeping friends. You want to remember, this is easy to remember. Say the 3 A's: acceptance, approval, and and appreciation. And we're going to go through all three of these and the importance of them. So acceptance, it's like getting that check mark. Yes, I accept you as you are, not who I want you to be, not who I think you should be, but who you are in this now, in this moment. It allows that person the freedom to be themselves. When you are accepting of them, they don't feel that they have to put on this show. They don't feel that they need to put on a mask to mask who they are as a person. So, but also it can serve as a silent faith in the potential of the other person. By accepting them where they're at right now, also lends a silent faith and support of the potential person that they can be. I remember reading in one of my development books, when we're talking about this topic, there is an example about a couple where the husband was very grateful for the wife who was very supportive of him and who he was in that moment, so much so it encouraged him to want to do more and to be better for her, because she never nagged him about anything that may not be as par as yet. So that is the power of our acceptance of people in our lives. It affirms them as a person, as the person they are. Next, we're going to talk about approval. It's like saying, yes, yes, what you're doing, it's right, it's great, thank you. It is seeking that positive things in others. How so easy is it for us to see the negative? I can tell you how easy it is, because that's my nature. I can always see, oh, that person's made a mistake. That person's not doing the right thing. But it's a little bit sometimes more trickier to seek out those positive things that that person is doing, because we have these blinders on where you always want to see, or not necessarily want to, but are more prone to see the negative, the wrong things that are going on. But when you do, it evokes a good feeling in that person. It tells that person, oh my gosh, yes, they're doing something right. They're doing something worthy. Because when we criticize people, the more we criticize people and put people down, the more they are going to live into who we think they are, or who we believe them to be. Because they have no motivation to do better. It is simple as that. They have no motivation to do better. I was reading just recently an example story about a guy. He was talking to a counselor. It was a conversation between a counselor and himself. And the counselor was asking about his relationship with his father. And he said that his father rarely ever was supportive of him, rarely ever came to his games. He was a football player, and he actually wanted to be a professional football player. But his father said, the way you're playing, you're never going to be a professional football player. And after that, he went to a bar and he drank, and just to drown out his father's voice. And because of that, he never pursued professional football league, right? So that is how powerful having that sense of approval, especially from the close people in our lives, like our parents and our close friends, can do for us and our feeling, our self-worth, our self-esteem, and the way that we see ourselves. It also drives us and drives them to do and develop other traits and characteristics so that they can get that approval from you, so that they can hear, you are doing a great job. I love how you did that. You're amazing. I can't believe how very skilled you are at that. I wish I had that trait. I wish I had that characteristic. It drives that person to want to do more things and develop more traits within themselves to get that approval. And last but not least, appreciation. This is just saying, hey, I value you. I value you as a person. I value you as a human being, as my daughter, as my partner, as my friend, as my coworker, whatever that role that person plays in your life. You're saying, I value you. I appreciate what you do. I appreciate the things that you do, the way you show up for me, the way that you are there. Is showing those gratitude for that person and for the things that they do for you. It also shows that you are valuing their time, their skills, opinions, or whatever the case may be. It's just a show of love and appreciation for that person. So those three things, when you put them all together, you form that I will say, you can put it in a triangle. You form that link of how you can connect with people, how you can make those friendships, and how you can strengthen them, and how you can keep them going long after maybe school, if you met them in school, long after you left the job, long after. There's people that have friendships for decades, 40 years, 50 years, for friends that they had growing up in either school or in their neighborhoods. And that's how strong these things can be. Now, principles for building lasting relationships. You want to be genuinely interested in them, plain and simple. Show that you are interested in them as a person. Smile and be friendly. You don't want to be mean or come off mean. Remember their names, especially if they have one of those tricky names that is hard to say or people often get wrong. If you can ask them upon first meeting them, how do you spell your name? And break it down so that you know how to say it. And when you recall that again, do you know the power in that? People light up 10 times more when you can call them by their name. Show that you are a good listener. Be that person who's being attentive to them and listening carefully to what they're saying, how they're saying, and how they're showing that. Encourage them to talk about themselves. Now, I know my introvert pals, we don't have any problem doing this at all. We will encourage you to talk. But also, my introverts, don't let this be your excuse for not putting in your voice as well. And we're going to talk about that in our next module, the importance of your voice. But for now, yes, encourage them to talk more about themselves than you talk about you as and what you're doing. You want to talk to them in terms of their interests, not in terms of what you are interested in. Again, we want to propel that feeling of that you are making that connection with them and that you're genuinely interested in them as a person and what they are interested in. And all next as well, make them feel important. We all want to feel important. And I know you as a person want to feel important as well. And that's not to take away from that feeling and from that need for yourselves. But know that when your focus is on the other person, it also adds value to you as well. And it is going to go a long way in helping you make those connections, make those relationships, build them, strengthen them, and make them last longer. But also, it's going to encourage you to have built up your own confidence and be empowered in dealing with people. Because when you have the skill set of learning how to make and keep friends, this is a powerful tool that is going to serve you in all areas of your life, personally as well as professionally. So if you have any questions, I want to thank you so much for tuning in for this week's module. Oopsie. There we go. So if you do have any questions, you can find me on Facebook or Instagram through my name. Or you can always connect with us and make comments, leave a comment here on our YouTube channel and on Unorthodox School for Leaders. And if you are enrolled in our program on Teachable, you can leave a comment or any questions you may have, and I will come back and respond to them. But for the benefit of those who are enrolled in our program on Teachable, you get one-on-one as well as group coaching. But for those who subscribe to our YouTube channel, you have the very benefit of tuning into our lessons here, at least for a limited time while this program is still available for free. However, when it does go on for retail value price, these videos will not be available to you any longer. But I encourage you to tune in and to take notes, jot down as many notes as you can, so that you can start practicing the skill sets that you're learning here, so you can build and make those connections and build up your confidence and make sure that you are empowering yourself when dealing with people. Thank you again for tuning in. This is Kelia Holder, encouraging you to begin, believe, become the best version of you. Take care.